y'all doing, family? Listen, thank y'all for joining me for another episode of the Chris and Chris podcast show, guys. I appreciate you guys. Family, listen, there's so much going on out here, and we want to talk about some things to me that I've been paying attention to for these last few years concerning us as black men and our masculinity. And how things once was and how they are now, and things that we didn't do that we doing right now. You feel me? But before I go in here, guys, do me a favor. Smash up the like this video right here. Most definitely subscribe to this channel right here. Matter of fact, push the notification button. That way, push the notification bell. That way, you guys can get notified whenever I'm dropping great content like this right here. And share it out, you feel me, to as many people as possible. Let your friends know, man, that the Chris and Chris podcast show, talking that real, spitting that real. You feel me? And hey, don't hesitate to comment down, because this right here, one of those ones you're going to comment. And so I'm going to go ahead and go in with this one right here. Look, back when I was growing up, you know, I'm not going to reveal my age, but let's just say it was certain, we had morals, as far as like certain, I'm not going to even say morals, I would say that it was just certain things we didn't do as men, certain things we didn't wear as men, as young men growing up being taught to be men. One thing we didn't do, anything that resembled femininity in any type of way. We didn't wear no women's clothes. The only person back then, the only two people back then that wore ankle beaters. And a lot of you young people don't know what ankle beaters are. Y'all might call them floods, but we call them ankle beaters. And these were pants legs that did not come all the way down over your ankle. If they stopped at your ankle, right? If they stopped at your ankle, or was above your ankle, that's what we called ankle beaters. And the only two people wore those were Michael Jackson and Pee Wee Herman. And they were entertainers. So they kind of got away with that. You feel me? And another thing we didn't do, we didn't wear braids like women. We most definitely didn't wear pink. And we didn't gossip or do feminine things the way that this generation now, they're getting away with it. You feel me? We dealt with things with our hands. If we had a problem with someone, we dealt with it with these. You feel me? But they've done so much to demasculate us to where you see guys looking like females. Check this out right here.
Yes, there is an agenda about emasculation, but it is us specifically as black men that this agenda has been targeted at the most, because it was our strength that they could not deal with. So understand what they did, and I will skim through it again briefly. After they gave us an illusion of freedom, they lured us into this system, gave us jobs, and allowed us to get educations, promoted some of their controlled bourgeois Negroes, and placed them as our goals to ascend to. After that program set in our minds, they took away all those same opportunities. They promoted agendas that removed the black man out of the homes, allowing their school system and their entertainment to program and raise up our next generation. They then destroyed the communities from within by planting drugs and guns directly in our communities, and they marked our streets by placing Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in every city, not as a memorial for us, but as a marker for them to know where they are attacking specifically, and so that others know that this is a black neighborhood. I mean, I can go to any city in America, and if I want to find the hood, all I need to do is find the MLK Boulevards. That wasn't by accident. They set up laws that imprisoned more of our men and left the next generation fatherless and angry. They filled that void with homosexual sellouts who promoted a lifestyle and mentality that destroyed us from within, removing our values completely, having us disrespect our women. Pretty much everything that would have been right for us, they promoted the complete opposite, and made these men our heroes and the leaders of our society. And we're still celebrating them today, talking about their money and giving them props and all that other garbage. Now we're totally controlled and manipulated, and we have raised up a next generation of black men that doesn't even know what a black man should look like or be like. We now have men that are submissive to their women and do not leave their homes. Men that are scared to combat evil because they're scared of losing their fake black card. And what we see now is either women or gay black men taking our leadership roles. This is all an agenda that has been used against us, because while they diffused us and made sure we are not a threat to them, they have been provoking and manipulating us to use our energy to bring about the change they desire in this world. Black people in America have an extremely high influence on culture and trends and social justice, but they are just echoing the voice of their puppet masters. And this has started because you, Mr. Black Man, have been neutralized. You have been conquered. You have been so imprisoned that you believe that the only answer is actually the biggest weapon used against us.
Make sure you subscribe to the Chris and Chris Podcast Show on YouTube. Also listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Castbox, and a host of other podcast platforms.